Ja Rule, hip-hop artist of Murder Inc., known for rap songs such as Live It Up, The Rain, and Put It On Me. Ja Rule is headed for an historic meeting that will hopefully end the beef with him and Interscope hip-hop artist 50 Cent. A beef between the two that's been brewing for over a year. This first meeting of Ja Rule will take place at the home of Minister Louis Farrakhan, leader of the Nation of Islam. Minister Farrakhan, best known as the author of the Million Man March. Will this meeting of a 27-year-old rapper and a 70-year-old charismatic religious leader end this beef? Let's witness this historic meeting as Ja Rule seeks out the counsel of a man he believes to be the peacemaker.
We cannot sit down. We cannot lay down.
Yes, sir.
We must get up.
Yes, sir.
And go to work.
This is one of the strongest national preachers that I have in the bounds of North America. Everywhere you hear him, listen to him. Everywhere you see him, look at him. Everywhere he advised you to go, go. Everywhere he advised you to stay from, stay from. So we are thankful to Allah for this great helper of mine, Minister Farrakhan. And I say continue to hear our Minister Farrakhan.
We live in the most dangerous time since there's been a time and a people on our planet. We need right guidance to get us through these times. We need to know the truth. And Final Call Incorporated is the storehouse of truth. From lectures by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to books by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Final Call Incorporated provides you with guidance and insight into these troubled times. Look in the Final Call newspaper or visit us at store.finalcall.com to see our complete selection of tapes, CDs, DVDs, and books by a wide array of authors. Final Call Incorporated, the storehouse of truth.
Before we bring on our beloved brother, I am delighted to say to you that we have back with us a sister who has been away from us for a couple of months, and we have missed her greatly. A sister who is very deeply versed in the Holy Quran and in the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And Allah has blessed us with her presence in this time to help us to read the signs that we see around us. We are always benefited from hearing from our sister spiritually and intellectually. So without further delay, I am pleased to bring before you our beloved sister, Sister Tainetta Muhammad. Please welcome her. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his servant. My dear beloved sisters, my dear beloved brothers, I'm very, very happy to be able to be with you again after a little time of an absence. And I know that there have been many changes that are going on in this beautiful city, the windy city, and beautiful changes that are really blowing across the continent of America and blowing across the continent of the world. They are winds of both fire, they are winds of war, they are winds of violence, but they're also winds of peace, winds of serenity, winds are showing that a people are now on the rise who were considered to be nothing. That's you and I. That we are now in the rise of the resurrection of our people, under the sign of the Messiah, under the sign of the true Christ. And isn't it ironic that the people who are teaching the Messiah and the Christ today is not the Christian people, but it is the Muslims. That is telling us something, that God is one. That God is actually relating himself to the entire world, regardless to what religious philosophy or school of thought that you may follow. Everyone now is being, as they say in certain spiritual terms, everyone is carrying the Christed spirit, or the Christ within, or the Spirit of God within. We're all speaking the same language. All praise is due to Allah. I am very, very happy and very excited about some of the things that have happened to me while I've been away. I have been involved in various conferences in both Mexico, San Diego, and finally culminating in Detroit, Michigan yesterday, where approximately 110 persons were assembled under the guidance of Lina Kareem Muhammad and her husband, Talib Kareem Muhammad. And it was the fulfillment for me in that special moment of a dream that I have been waiting for 11 years, and I could say perhaps my whole life in the nation of Islam, to see that we are now grappling with the basic training and re-education of our children. Because we have no nation until we put the invested interest and time in the training and education of our children. So yesterday, as I'm sure our brother minister Farrakhan Muhammad will share with us on this hookup and broadcast much later some of the details of that particular meeting. But I want to touch upon two very important points before I close. Number one, I want to touch upon the spirit of the minister's projection throughout the nation about taking away titles and why positions and the titles of officials is to be taken away. Why? Number one, we have to be qualified for those titles. And the only one that can really qualify us for those titles is really what goes on inside the individual heart and their relationship to God. And regardless to how many times we hear the teachings or we get instructions, we never can really cross over the bridge into the acceptance of our responsibility as Muslims until we make contact with Almighty God Allah. When we make contact with Almighty God Allah, then you will begin to hear the little small voice